Let us know God and the devil correctly. Let us correctly understand and realize the will of God, the word of the Bible, and become those who act according to that will. If one becomes arrogant and exalts himself through what he knows, he becomes an enemy of God. The more one knows, the more humble one must become. The greater one is, the lower one must humble himself in order to survive. The devil desires that people, through their pride and their desire to exalt themselves, stand against God. Ignorant and weak people, when suddenly gaining wealth or power, easily become arrogant because of it. When one becomes a person in authority, one must humble oneself. If one acts as if he is superior or as if he knows everything, he will end up following the devil, the spirit of arrogance. Let us humble ourselves and become servants. The world may not know, but God knows. During the Korean War, when I was on the front lines and had gone several days without food, lying in the field on the verge of death, God saved me through a person, a soldier of the United Nations forces. Having received this great grace, I made a promise with my blood, saying, I will dedicate this one life entirely to doing God's work. This covenant was a promise between the flesh and the spirit. The two who made this covenant, the flesh and the spirit, share both life and death together. Therefore, the covenant made with God is an everlasting and unchanging covenant. God is spirit and man is flesh. Faith is when the spirit and the flesh become one. Since Adam, in every generation people have failed to keep the promise, the covenant made with God. They have loved and trusted physical food more than the words of promise. People have been tempted by their fleshly desires for food and have fallen into sin. This was the case in the time of Adam, and it is the same today in the New Testament era. Because of food and power, wars have arisen, nations and peoples have been divided, and thus conflicts and strife have come about, leading people to kill one another. Therefore, Jesus said to love even your enemies. Also, Jesus said to believe in and keep the new covenant, Revelation. As seen in Revelation chapter 22, he said that whoever adds to or takes away from this book of Revelation will not enter heaven, but will receive curses, plagues. Have you kept this word of promise not to add to or take away from Revelation? Jesus said, whoever exalts himself will be humbled, and whoever humbles himself will be exalted. And he said that one must keep the covenant with God to enter heaven. However, the devil causes people to have hearts of pride and a desire to exalt themselves so that they may become distant from God. We must correctly know God and the devil, understand God's will, and become those who act according to that will in order to enter heaven.